What is up, everybody? It's Connor from Unscripted, back again with another video where, as always, we'll be doing things off the script. So if I look like or sound like a zombie or half dead this morning, it's also because I feel that way. Was up watching the NFL draft pretty late last night, got about 4.5 hours of sleep. My Steelers got their guy. I'm not going to say it was my guy, but it was their guy, so they know more than me about football. It is what it is. But anyway, we're not here to talk about football. We're here to talk about Call of Duty. But before we hop into the video, don't forget to leave a like down below. Leave a comment as well, and subscribe to the channel as well if you are enjoying the content. I would really appreciate it all. This has been a hectic week for me. The most uploads I've had in a week ever. The least sleep I've had in a week in a long time. So I'm trying to get these videos out. Somebody has to. So I really appreciate the support. It means a lot to me. And let's hop right into it. So methods, after the drama with Parasite's team the other day with the Search and Destroy not counting and their Challengers Elite match having to be replayed, basically, they finally got it done yesterday. Methods team won. He said, GG's to Parasite and Co. We won 4-0 and play in the knockout bracket next week. That's a typical Methods tweet there. Predictable, not surprised at all he tweeted that. Obviously, they were upset about the Search where they won 6-2 originally. They actually went down in that Search early yesterday, came back and won 6-4, so that would have been... I would have loved the scenes and the drama if they would have lost that Search and maybe lost the series. It would have been crazy, but it doesn't matter. They clutched up. They took care of business, so they advanced. We'll see the standings here in a minute. Moving over to Parasite, he did not wait long till after the match was over to tweet this. Pretty much right after it was done, he said, a free agent for Challengers. We'll probably wait till the Elite is over to see if there's any roster shakeups. Hopefully get on a set team that can compete at the top. Appreciate all the support. So yeah, I mean... looking at his team, he was clearly like the top player. He's one of the better players in Challenger for sure, and he also can build a really good team around him, you know, with his smarts, his intelligence, and whatever else all the other intangibles he brings, along with, of course, his top-level skills. So hopefully for his sake, he can find a team, a real team, not one that's thrown together last minute, who is capable of competing at the top because he deserves it. Like I said, I do think he is one of the top Challengers players, definitely one of the top minds in the Challenger scene, so... there's a lot of success he can find in Challengers, I think, and hopefully he can get a solid team around him of established players, not sort of either formerly known players or unknown players like this team was. So we'll see how it goes, though. I'm sure he will find himself either onto a already existing good team, or he'll probably find some players who want to play with him because he has been having some success. Llama God sort of said the same thing. Free agent kicked right back into the pit. Preferably want to use a sub unless people don't know how to use an AR. Tired of not being where I'm supposed to be already. 10.8k pro points. Mochilla there, he replied. You see, he kind of said the same thing. He had like 9.4k pro points, but he just said, you know, he's a free agent. He's ready to play. He's more motivated than ever. I'm sure all these guys are. The Challenger scene's nice. If you're motivated, you're dedicated, and you really have that drive to succeed, you will. There's a lot of like-minded guys thinking the same thing, wanting to get back into the league or into the league for the first time in their careers. So everybody there is grinding. It's really fun to watch. If you don't watch Challengers, I really would recommend it. It's some good Call of Duty you see on a weekly basis. So here we have the final Challengers standings for the round robin play. UT Crew and Easter, the top two teams. They will be advancing to the playoffs. You know, they will get to skip the knockout bracket. They're already guaranteed a spot in the next season. I think it's worth noting here, look at these two teams. So Easter's hardpoint win percentage and UT Crew's search and destroy win percentage. Those obviously the two most important modes because, you know, you play each of them twice in a series. Control not quite as important, you only play it once. So Easter won 85% of their hard points, 11-2. So you look at their search and destroy record, and you can see that even with that bad search record, the hard point record makes up for it because you play them both the same amount of times. So that was really impressive to me. 85% of your hard points is no joke. You see the next best is, what, 61%, so huge difference. And then sort of same thing with UT Crew and Search. They went 8-1 in Search, 89%. Like, again, if you're playing two Searches a series and you're winning them at that clip, all you have to do is win one other match pretty much, and you were going to win the series. It's like if you get to a game 5, you pretty much feel like you're guaranteed to win because you're so good at Search. That's kind of how it was for them in this stage. But funny enough, the one Search they did lose was a game 5 when they were reverse swept by, I can't even remember who, Fantastic Four, I think. That's the way that goes. And Fantastic Four, NYSL Academy, built by gamers, and LAG will be playing in the knockout bracket. So if my standings are correct, which I'm pretty sure they are, the tiebreaker should be head-to-head for both of them. Fantastic Four beat New York, and BBG beat LAG. So those should be the standings. And if that's correct, Fantastic Four will play LAG, and the Subliners Academy will play BBG, and then the 2 winners will advance into the playoffs with UT Crew and Easter to determine the champion for this stage. And then Triumph, which was Jordan General's team, they have been relegated. They will have to earn their spot back in a qualifier. And the same thing with TMNT, but they won't be a team anymore. That's Parasite's team, so there will be no earning their spot back. They will just be looking for a new team to earn a spot with. That's how the final standing shook up, and I'm excited to watch the playoffs. I hope you are too, and you can expect all the coverage here that you've been getting of all the round robin matches. I'm moving over to the pro scene. Kind of thought this was funny from Zero. He said, "I would like to apologize to London for holding them back this whole time. That's on me. Proud of my boy Sean." Obviously joking. He hasn't actually played this entire season, but it's just funny that they release Zero and they release their coach, and then the next day they get a big win over one of the top teams in the league for their 3rd win of the season. So the timing was kind of funny. People always say about the honeymoon phase when you have a roster shakeup, but it shouldn't have affected this team at all because he wasn't playing, and I'm not even sure if Dominate was coaching, but regardless, I just thought it was funny from Zero. Moving over to round 11 stats, I thought, there's 2 things here we're going to talk about, but the first one, FaZe's undefeated streak on Moscow Hardpoint has been taken down by the LA Thieves. They are now 5-1. So he tweeted a little while back, about over almost 2 weeks ago, some undefeated maps for teams as we head to stage 3. Optic, Checkmate, Hardpoint, FaZe, Moscow Search, Empire, Checkmate Control, Mutineers, Raid Hardpoint, FaZe, Raid Hardpoint, Ravens, Apocalypse Hardpoint. But it's weird though because, oh, there it is. I was going to say, I didn't even see FaZe 5-0 Moscow Hardpoint. There it is. I was going to say, I thought I only saw Search, but yeah, there is Moscow Hardpoint. So they were 5-0. They lost that crazy match to LA Thieves, one of the best maps of the year. I don't know what it is about Moscow Hardpoint, but that's been producing some awesome matches, or awesome maps. Of course, the Optic vs. FaZe from way back in Stage 1 was one of the best maps of the year as well. But yeah, anyway, FaZe is now, they've now lost their undefeated record on Moscow Hardpoint, but they do improve their undefeated record on Raid Hardpoint. So interesting stuff for them. Just, when you think about it, a team like them, it's important for them to have such a deep map pool. I mean, when you can be really good on Moscow, really good on Raid, right there's 2 maps out of however many you're going to, I guess there's probably 3 or 4 total options. So if you can be that good at 2 of them, they always, I think, veto Apocalypse. Actually, not always, but they don't play Apocalypse often. So if they can be good at a couple of maps like they are, that sets you up pretty well for success across your hard points, and then, of course, across the whole series, because like I was saying earlier with Challengers, 2 out of the 5 maps in the series are hard points. So if you're solid on a couple of maps, that really sets you up for success over the course of the series. And then Tactical Rab, and this was a more interesting conversation for me, a more interesting discussion to think about. He said about that 8th hit from Thieves at the end where they didn't even take the bomb. They all pushed A Street and got smoked. But anyway, about Simp and Abizi and B-Bomb makes me wonder why FaZe haven't played Checkmate S&D so far this season. I think I said that yesterday in the video. If not, I definitely was thinking it. It just seemed to me like they're a perfect kind of team for a Checkmate search. They have their 2 terrors in the middle of the plane just wreaking havoc up there. You can have Celium in a weird spot like he always likes to be in with that long line of sight with his AR, and then RCD is the same kind of thing. It seems like just a perfect map for them. It is interesting to me that they don't play it more often, but then that leads to the discussion as you see round 11 stats weighing in about maybe they will play it more often. So he's saying now will FaZe let in Checkmate S&D versus Optic. Optic are 6-0 on it, and FaZe have looked pretty bad in Express. That's wrong. He got Hardpoint and Search wrong. They're actually 5-2, Optic is, so still very good team on there. Scump and Formal in that plane are just as good as Simp and Abizi are in there. And FaZe, yeah, I was wondering the same thing. Will FaZe start vetoing Express? He said on the flip side, will Optic ban Moscow? They've looked good on that recently as well, so there's a possibility they ban Miami. That's how I would see it playing out. I think Optic would probably get Miami out of there. FaZe don't like playing that map either, though, really, but neither team does. Most teams don't. So if I'm FaZe, I start banning Express, but then you face Optic on Checkmate, which is one of their good maps. Raid, FaZe has been vetoing, but of course if they switch to Express, it could be Raid that they play. Moscow could be in there, so that series has a lot of different ways it can go. Just different ways it can play out. The Checkmate, or not the Checkmate, the Control, which probably will be Checkmate, will definitely be a swing map in that series. Optic have not been the best on Control recently, but with the way FaZe has been playing in Search, not the best. I mean, they're still very good. Optic, I think, is at the point now where they actually can beat FaZe and Search. For a while there, that was sort of going to be their Achilles heel in that matchup, was Search. But the way FaZe's hardpoints are looking right now, Optic definitely, you could argue they'd be favored in the hardpoints in that series. So, I mean, if they can win the Control, win a hardpoint, all they got to do is win a Search or the second hardpoint, and they'll win the series. So, the vetoes will be important in that one, and overall, that's going to be a very good series, and I can't wait for it. I think we get that. Yeah, we get it next Sunday, so 9 days from today. Let's count them down because that's going to be one of the best series of the stage in my opinion. But for right now, that's going to do it for the video. So if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and a comment down below. It would mean a lot to me. Subscribe to the channel as well if you are enjoying the challengers and the CDL content and you are looking for more of it in your subscriber box. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have a good day today, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.